go. This bout is scheduled for 4 rounds of boxing in the featherweight division. Presented by Dmgboxing and Fightbook. Once again, our friends at Fightbook right out here. Make sure you visit the Fightbook booth. And of course, this bout is sponsored by Torque Law. Champions of the people. Check out their booth as well. They got some cool swag out there, as well as some other giveaways and raffles. Our judges for this bout, we have Ron Scott Stevens, Fernando Villarreal, and Dr. Lou Moret. Our referee in charge of the action once the bell rings, Cameron Frizzell. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 124.3 pounds, holding a professional record of 2 wins and no defeats. Fighting out of Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico. Please welcome Santiago Emilio Rio Sentimente. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at an even 125 pounds. His record, 2 wins, no defeats, both wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Atascadero, California, this is Jose Zubia.
Both trunks are a little high. I'm gonna let you work in the middle of the trunks right here. I gave you instruction in the locker room. Reminder, watch punch behind the head, keep your punches up, listen to my commands. Touch gloves, back to the corner.
All right, Cameron Frizzell, the 3rd man in the ring as we get ready for our 8th fight of the night. 2 fighters that are both 2-0. Zubia, the difference though, has knocked out his opponents. Sentimental, the distance.
Box.
All right, so Joseph Zubia from Atascadero, California. He's knocked out his opponents in the 1st round. Turned pro this year to Zubia, the 22-year-old. He's in the purple. Got the fight book on his trunks. Sponsor behind him, but both fighters that he knocked out had losing records.
And same for Semintal. So both guys are fighting guys for the first time that have wins on their ledger.
Yeah, for Sentimental from Juarez, he beat the same guy twice. And decision both times. So interesting to see from these youngsters is scheduled for 4 rounds. Tatum Beltran coming up next.
The one thing you teach from Semintal is he has a really good left hook, which is no surprise.
He's also got some fancy trunks.
Yes.
I mean, you're coming in 2-0 and you got trunks like that, means you got some dough, right? Those aren't cheap. Both fighters with the tassels and the purple.
Yeah, they're both looking sharp. Zubia carrying on a family tradition. His father was an amateur and a brief pro.
Santiago Sentimental. Ciudad Juarez, right on the El Paso border. Got to fight your way out of there.
The Zubia family, they own the Goat Shack Boxing Club in Atascadero, representing that 805 up there by San Luis Obispo.
And how many fighters come in that area, huh?
No, it's not usually a hotbed. There's a lot more to do than box up there.
You got the no boxing, no life boots, does Santiago Sentimental. 19 years old.
He can fight a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't find anything on either of these guys. So we're flying blind right now.
Zubia actually has a very big TikTok following, a couple 100,000 followers.
I saw that, but it wasn't boxing related.
It wasn't boxing related.
Box.
Tatum Beltran and then Eric Mondragon after that.
Great job of the California Athletic Commission giving young referee Cameron Frizzell these kind of young up-and-coming fights.
Good for him.
Listen for the bell.
Here's some action from that first round. Semental seemed like he was a little bit busier. Both guys landed some good shots. Most of the fight was in that center of the ring. Both guys with a similar style. The only thing, Subia switched a couple of times from southpaw to orthodox. And Beto, I want to give a little clarification from the last fight, because I mentioned that there was going to be a technical draw because the fight didn't go into the 5th round and didn't go a full 4 rounds. The unified rules of boxing does have that rule. California has a slightly different rule where only the 4th round has to start and only 3 complete. Therefore, that's why they went to the decision.
And it was a decision on the side of Daniel Mendoza. Great job by referee Tom Taylor of the commission to get right on it. They jumped on it right away.
And that was just one of those things because of the short amount of the rounds and that knockdown that really ended up hurting Navarro in the decision, even though I think he was getting ready and started to dominate toward the end of that round.
Yeah, that's why I was saying at the end of the 3rd, like, he's got to go for it, right? He's got to end, because you don't want to leave it down because you went through the knockdown, and 2 of the judges had it 39-38. So the knockdown was the difference.
Yes.
Joseph Subia has Joe Subia in his corner, along with Maddox Subia and Andrew Garcia. And for Santiago, he's got Oscar Garcia in his corner and Laura Cimental.
I think Subia needs to get a little bit busier because he's kind of letting Semental get off a little bit.
Well, both of them need to get busier.
And if they didn't have different colored trunks, I'd have trouble telling them apart.
No knockdown. Cameron on top of that.
Semental just missed with that right hand. There's Subia trying to get a combination off, but he covers up, waiting for Semental to punch back. I'd like to see him have some head movement, some knee bend, but he definitely got quick hands. And that combination and that body shot got Semental's
That's
attention.
what you got to be doing right there if you're Subia.
Maybe he just needed to warm up a little bit, but now he's running his hands a little bit. Good right hand by Semental.
That's Cimental who's doing it.
And that's the thing, is I don't like that Subia kind of has a stop-start mentality.
Yeah, just keep going, right? Put the pressure on him.
Well, he's moving while he's punching, but defensively he stops. Then he has to restart. And that doesn't leave you in the best positions defensively sometimes. Either that or he doesn't respect Semental's power. And Subia needs to stop pulling straight back, because one day, maybe not tonight, somebody's going to throw a Joe Frazier left hook at you.
Yeah, you're a 4-rounder. You got to be active, because you
100%.
can't leave it in the judge's hands.
No, not at all. Right now, there's not a whole lot to differentiate. I would say the ring generalship, the effective pressures on Subia's side right now. And I think Semental's making a mistake by going backwards, because I think he could actually have some success if he just decided to go forward.
Good shot landed.
An even first round, and I think Subia outpointed him that second round. And here we go, some action in that second round. Subia started to move his hands a little bit, pushing Semental back.
Chin.
Nice overhead shot by our camera crew. Puts you literally right on top of the action. Coming up on round 3, Thunder Studios, DMG Boxing. Friday night fights.
All right, there's our 8th fight of the night. There's 13 scheduled. DMG gives you your money's worth here at millions.co. Now, if you're Sentimental, this is where you want to try to do something. You're here for Juarez. You're a long way from the border. Put some pressure on this young man.
But it's really one punch at a time.
For both guys.
Well, Subia the last round started to move his hands a little bit more. He needs a double jab right there. He's got the tools. He's quick.
And Subia has the boxing gloves on the left shoulder, the left bicep. You got to do something with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, he comes from a fighting family. They own and run a gym. But a little bit too much posturing, especially in a 4-round fight. A 4-round fight is only one more round than an amateur fight. You really have to get busy.
And also, I'm looking to my left, and you see the top-ranked brass is here. You never know what they are looking at, what they might see. So if you can be electric.
I mean, those are two of the best eyes in boxing the last 30, 40 years.
So if you could be electric and open up some eyes, an opportunity, because I know in the previous fight, Daniel Mendoza opened up some eyes for himself.
Absolutely. I mean, even though I think Navarro was, in my opinion, was close to closing that show, he had countered himself very well. You know, you're not going to be able to tell him that he didn't earn that decision.
Oh, no, every single bit.
You could see by the reaction, on his face, because I think not a lot of people gave him a chance. But I still think Navarro has a huge upside.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, he recovered from that knockdown, and I think he was on the verge of.
He would have stopped him.
I believe so.
Yeah. But that's the way the game breaks.
Yes, and when that technical decision came after the 3rd round because of the California rules, rather than the 4th rounds, it really afforded him that opportunity. That knockdown was even bigger than it would have been in a 4 or 5 round fight. One thing I notice about Semental, he doesn't turn his shots over. He doesn't turn them over. That way, it's not really doing anything to get Subia off of him.
No, Subia's just standing right there with him.
Subia's got some good legs. I just like to see him be a little bit more forceful with his jab and push this guy back.
Yeah, be aggressive.
Yes, good one too. But
they're youngsters.
Yeah, and they're still kind of coming out of that amateur style. And I think Subia is still coming out of that amateur style. He lands a punch and then he kind of flicks his wrist a little bit, like to show, hey, I landed a punch, rather than throwing another punch. And you're going to learn in this program that every punch counts, and you got to make every punch count. Subia posturing to the crowd a little bit, and we're through 3. There's some action here. It's just been few and far between for Semental. And he really hasn't landed anything that's really got Subia's attention. Even on that left hook, he kind of just pushed it. Subia's not really taking his power serious. Playing to the crowd a little bit, but I would like to see him in this 4th round exert a little bit of authority.
Fourth and final round from Joseph Subia. And the purple trunks, who's undefeated. Santiago Sentimental, also undefeated. Both of them 2-0.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that had the last name Sentimental.
I agree with you.
I've known a few people that were sentimental.
Oh, there's a lot of people in the boxing world that are very sentimental.
Yeah, they're up in their feelings a lot.
You want to get sentimental? Go work in TV. Right, Rolando Nichols? They'll tell you all about it. Our producer-director, Rolando, knows.
See, I work in the homicide business.
Yeah, the crime-fighting cut man, Mike Rodriguez. Oh, there's no sentimental value in the homicide business, right?
Well, I mean, just you got a job to do, and you try to be as professional as possible at all times.
Great job by our production crew.
They do a great job. They make our job real easy.
As even Chad, our ring announcer tonight, Fishburne knows. Ring announcers, they can be very sentimental.
I think they have to be.
Yeah.
They got to feel the crowd.
And now these fighters are done feeling each other out and throwing some punches.
Yeah, it's the 4th round.
You got to go for it.
Neither guy is super heavy-handed, even though the 2 knockouts that Subia has, they were against guys with no wins. But that's where he's supposed to be at this point of his career.
They're young. The game's good rounds, good action. Right hand from the fighter from Juarez.
And whether like guys like Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman are looking to sign these guys, they're also looking at them for what?
Opponents.
Absolutely.
You need quality opponents.
And win, lose, or draw, a guy 2-1 against maybe one of their undefeated fighters, you know, that's a good fight.
Tatum Beltran, Eric Mondragon, Sammy Contreras, Matthew Jacinto, and Luis Rubalcaba still to come here as DMG giving you 13 fights on a Friday night.
I think as Subia progresses in his career, you know, he'll sit down on his shots a little more. Pimentel's not a bad fighter. He slaps a lot, and he kind of rushes head first. As the action really picks up these last 30 seconds.
Yeah, close the show.
These fights have not lacked for action and drama, that's for sure, because let me tell you something. If you couldn't see, that last fight, every fan was literally right on top of the ring. There was a lot of emotion in that fight.
Work, guys. Stop.
Final seconds of the fight. How will the judges have this one? I can see a draw coming.
I think Subia did enough to
Yeah.
It was
I think he did enough to win, but
yes.
I could see a draw coming.
Well, after that first fight, nothing's going to surprise me.
Attaboy. That's what we're talking about, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Aron Scott Stevens, pardon me, Dr. Lou Moret scores it 39-37 for Sentimental. Judge Fernando Villarreal scores it 40-36 for Subia. And Judge Aron Scott Stevens scores it 38-38. This bout is a split draw.
Well, the judges couldn't agree on anything in that fight.
Not at all. One had it even, one had it wide, one other had it wide. So a split draw.
Paper, rock, scissors on that one.
So Joseph Subia and Santiago Sentimental pick up their first draw of their career. They keep their O, but they get a draw.
And I think for Sentimental, he coming across the border, I think that's kind of a win for him.
Yep. And for Subia, you got to be disappointed in it. Great job by Mambo Mike giving you the replays there. Our production crew can't say enough about the great staff here at Thunder Studios. The audio, the visual, the production, the cameras, everything for you. The producer, director extraordinaire. And you see they found the highlights for it. Good package put together. And Sentimental. As we're done with 8 fights here at Thunder Studios. 5 more to go. And my man Mike, I hate to do it to you, man, but I think 8 was enough for me.
Lots of energy in the building as we go to the tail of the tape. The undefeated Samuel Contreras against the 4-3 Christian Avalos. Avalos 4 years older. They're both at 5'11". Both came in basically the same weight at 134 and 135, and the reach is even at 75 even.
All right, fight fans, here we go. The following contest is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Presented by Dmgboxing and Fightbook. Sponsored by Happy Jewelers. This bout is also presented by, in association with Top Rank Boxing. Our judges are Ron Scott Stevens, Fernando Villarreal, Dr. Lou Moret. Our referee in charge of the action once the bell rings, Cameron Frizzell. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at an even 135 pounds. His professional record, 4 wins, 3 defeats, and 2 draws. Fighting out of Carson City, Nevada, this is Christian Avalos. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 134.8 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 3 wins, no defeats. 2 wins coming by way of knockout, fighting out of Palmdale, California. This is Samuel Contreras.
for Samuel Contreras.
Both your trunks look okay. We're going to go right to the middle. I gave you instructions in the dressing room. As a reminder, watch your punches behind the head. Keep your punches up. Listen to my commands. Touch gloves. That's your point.
Round one. In the blue corner, Christian Avalos in the black trunks, trimmed in silver. Sammy Contreras in the all red. Your referee, Cameron Frizzle. Live from Thunder Studios on a Friday night, DMG Boxing, round one.
Box.
Now I got to put a disclaimer on. Samuel Contreras, who I know as Sammy, I've known since he was 7 years old. I knew him when he only had like 3 amateur fights. He had a very impressive amateur pedigree with international competition and almost qualified for the last Olympics. Over 235 amateur fights, numerous national titles, and numerous time fighting overseas and pretty much every country of the world. As he lands a good straight right hand. He's very well schooled. He learned the tutelage of his father. A watchful eye here at ringside is Brad Goodman and Bruce Trampler from Top Rank, and my good friend Justin Fortune also in his corner. But we've also seen what can happen in the theater of the unexpected here in the fight game, as he uses a good jab and a good 1-2.
Stop.
He's always had a razor sharp piston-like jab. Just misses with the right hand, good left hook to the body. Even as a teenager, as he lands a good 1-2. And he's already landed some good hard shots.
Let go, Blue. Let go.
As a young teenager, good body shot underneath. Sammy sparred with Chocolatito for many years as a young teenager, and most recently spent time sparring with Manny Pacquiao. So he's very well schooled and wise beyond his years. He fights under good range. Excellent jab. The pride of Palmdale. Even though my good buddy Hervey Estrada thinks he's the pride of Palmdale, no, it's actually Sam Contreras, as he lands a great body shot underneath. Great body shot underneath, and then a left hook to the head. Pushing him back with that piston-like jab, maintaining his range, covers up nicely. The good thing that he does is he punches up top and he never ignores the body. Just like one of my favorite fighters ever, Alexis Arguello. If you watch all his knockouts, there was always a vicious body shot included.
Work, guys, work.
They almost butt heads. And right now, Contreras has found a home for that jab, the straight right, and definitely that
bell.
left hook underneath as we close out round one. Avalos is going to have to go to that proverbial drawing board to see if something else is going to work for round two. As we come into round two, I want to thank our ring announcer, Chad Fishburne, for doing a great job tonight. And welcome to the DMG family. Contreras in the red, Avalos in the black, trimmed in silver. Almost looks like an Oakland Raider, or excuse me, Las Vegas Raider, Kansas City Chiefs game. Contreras stalks with that probing jab, controlling the center of the ring. He rarely misses his jab. I remember teasing Sammy as an 8, 9-year-old that someday he was going to have a girlfriend, and like any 8 or 9-year-old, he used to laugh and say, "Oh no, I don't like girls." He keeps getting better at this fight, and he's going to have a lot of gals chasing him. Good right hand. Avalos comes back with a left hook. I think he's going to have to throw more punches or this isn't going to go very well for him. But every time he opens up, he kind of raises his head and he's leaving himself wide open. Sam Contreras is doing everything he's supposed to do in there with a guy like this. Guy's had 11 pro fights. He's got a winning record. Good shot underneath. as Avalos tries to give him one back, and another good 1-2 combination. The one thing that I like that Sammy Contreras does, he does not smother himself. Now he's got Avalos reaching that elbow to protect himself from that body shot, which may open up something upstairs. I'm not Nostradamus, but I've seen a few things. Avalos tries the left hook, it just missed. Contreras maintained his range, got his hands up high with a high guard. Avalos can't break that guard right now. For all you young fighters out there, watch Sam Contreras' feet. His feet are always in position. His feet are always in position when he punches to throw the shot that he needs to. His legs are underneath him. He uses a probing step that accompanies his jab. And as Avalos tries to open up, it's opening up more opportunities for Sam Contreras as he pushes Avalos back. As we come up into the last 30 seconds of round number 2, scheduled for 6. Good right hand by Contreras. He covers and keeps Avalos right there in the corner, in range to punch. Back on his jab. Good body shot underneath. And Sam Contreras really hunts for that to the body. And we're through 2. Those gals have literally grown up in the fight game, and they've learned a lot from their father. As we come into round 3. Another terrific matchup. Contreras in the red, Avalos in the black, trimmed in silver. Your referee is Cameron Frizzle. For shizzle, Mr. Cameron Frizzle. Avalos doing everything he can to keep Contreras off, but he's not extending them jabs because he knows that every time he extends, he gets hit, as he does land a good right hand. Contreras comes back with a good 1-2. Sammy's setting his feet down now as they almost clash heads. And we've seen a couple of clash of heads tonight.
Stop!
As they get tied up for the first time.
Listen. Watch your head. Listen. Box.
I think because of all that good work that Contreras has done in the body, it's going to leave open the opportunity to throw a left hook to the chin. Good right hand. He's educated with that left hook downstairs. Whether he lands it or not, it's still effective. It's still opening up other opportunities. Avalos, to his credit, he's hanging tough. I think there were some places in that first round where he could have packed it in, but he didn't. He's not faster than Contreras. He's not longer than Contreras. Doesn't have that pedigree. Sammy Contreras graduated high school early so he could travel the world and fight. Him and his dad have had a great plan. His father, Sam Contreras, even has established a boxing federation in El Salvador where they have spent a considerable amount of time. As Contreras now starts digging low and starts really hurting Avalos. Avalos is going to have trouble if he doesn't get off those ropes. Contreras really digging that left hook now. He's making it a point in every combination to either start it with a left hook or end it with a left hook. And for all you young fighters, watch how he angles his body. He doesn't try to manufacture the angle by reaching. He manufactures the angle by the knee bend and shifting his head over. Always probing, always looking for what side is open.
Listen for the bell.
As we close out round 3. back on track in a few weeks as we come up into round 4. Is it going to be more of the same for Sam Contreras? Or can Christian Avalos stem the tide of the onslaught from Contreras with that piston-like jab, straight right hands, and those vicious left hooks to the body? Another one downstairs, punching in range. So far it's been a clinic. Hands up, bend at the knees, shoot that jab. To say that he's been well schooled is an understatement. Good body shot. That body shot bothered him. But Avalos, he fires back. I just think he's a bit outgunned, but hats off to him for staying in this. As you can hear the crowd yell, "Come on, Sammy." Another good shot. That the ref warns him that it was a low blow. It looked like a good scoring blow from my angle. I'm trying not to be too partial. Avalos has spent a good majority of this fight with his back close to the ropes, if not on the ropes. Contreras probes, keeping his head offline, bent at the knees, throwing the right punches within the right range and the right sequence, and he lands a good right hand. He hasn't turned that right hand over yet, but with Avalos in retreat, it might be a little difficult. Good belt line shot by Contreras. Good belt line shot. And some of these punches really starting to have an effect. And Avalos comes back with his own left hook to the body. He just can't find the range. He's just coming up short. And he's really getting moved from pillar to post. And it's hard to get any good amount of authority on your shots when you're doing that. Contreras definitely fighting downhill.
Stop.
As they clinch only for about the second time.
Box.
You can see Contreras block those punches from Avalos with his gloves and then step right back forward and get back on that jab. We close out round number 4. And Contreras closes it with a left hook to the body, left hook to the head, 1-2 down the pipe. And now Avalos' face is starting to show the effects of getting hit with those 1-2s. As we close out round number 4. And here are a couple of highlights, some corner action shots. Contreras is steady, left hook downstairs, and that left hook upstairs. We got that high guard punching in range. It doesn't leave Avalos many options. Avalos, this is his 4th fight in 2025. He's 1-2 so far. His last fight was in Ogden, Utah. He won a unanimous decision over Dylan Edwards. Contreras comes out with that jab. He's landed a lot of jabs. One thing I know about him after knowing him all these years, he's going to throw a lot of jabs. And then he's going to go to the body. Now he seems like he's really content in planting his feet and really digging into that body as Avalos retreats either to the ropes or the corner, which makes it easier for him to fight downhill and sit down on his shots. He's been very accurate tonight. As they exchange left hooks, Avalos came up just a little bit short. Another left hook to the body by Contreras. Double jab. Pushes Avalos back. Good right hand over the top of the head by Contreras. More of the same from the first 3 rounds. excuse me, the first 4 rounds. We're already in round 5, scheduled for 6. Halfway through the 5th round. And Contreras is just beating him to the punch. Pretty much in every exchange, he's beating him to the punch. And he's found a home for that left hook to the body. Avalos hanging tough. Hanging tough. He's got a winning record. He's 4-3. He's never been stopped. Avalos has never been stopped. He's a durable, tough guy. He's a professional fighter, folks. As he gets hit with a 1-2 as he retreats, tries his own 1-2, but he comes up short. A little bit of target practice for Sam Contreras. If I know anything about the Contrerases, they're going to want to get the stoppage here. Good body shot underneath. Angled his body just right to get that left hook to the body with those long arms of his. As he misses a hook, Contreras does. Avalos is really not punching right now as he gets hit with another 1-2 by Contreras. Contreras maintaining his defensive and offensive posture, bending the knees, staying offline. As a fighter, you want to stay offline from your opponent's punches as they exchange right hands. And Contreras pushes him back, plants his feet. Contreras closes the round, more of the same as he started the round. Good right hand by Avalos. As we close out round 5. Nice overhead view. Great folks in production tonight. As they exchange, as they close out the bell, they're gonna touch him up. As referee Cameron Frizzle, they touch gloves. The 6th and final round. Contreras starts out good with that good double jab. Avalos looks a little bit more determined, like he wants to get his offense going. It's probably going to be too little too late as Avalos hits on the break. They exchange left hooks. Contreras gets the best of that. Another left hook to the top of Avalos' temple as he pushes him back toward the ropes. Tries another left hook to the body. Now they start exchanging. To Avalos' credit, he's selling out now. And what I mean by selling out means he's giving it his all. And he's going to go down swinging one way or the other. There's been very few clinches in this 6-round fight, maybe only about 4. As Avalos tries to get going with a 1-2, and then he eats a jab. Avalos, a very durable guy. You can see why he's never been stopped. Because Contreras has landed some very good hard shots, very accurate shots, very educated shots as he lands a left hook right hand. Good body shots underneath. Avalos' face wearing all those punches as he's getting some swelling underneath both eyes. Contreras pushes him back into the red corner ropes, trying to close the show. Good body shot underneath. Avalos, tougher than a $2 steak, though. Still trying to punch back. He just can't get the leverage or turn his shots over that's going to get Contreras off of him. 1 minute left in this fight. Scheduled for 6. Lightweights. Samuel Contreras, Palmdale, California, the pride of Palmdale. Good jab of the body, good jab of the head. Christian Avalos, all the way from Carson City, Nevada, has made a good account of himself. He was just a little bit outclassed, and Contreras just had a little bit too much talent and pedigree. Both guys fight hard to the bells. We come up about 20 seconds left. And we'll take it to the bell. close it out. A good fight between Samuel Contreras, Christian Avalos as they exchange pleasantries in the center of the ring. And the crowd appreciates the good work.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score at 60-54 for your winner by way of unanimous decision, Samuel Contreras.
There's your winner, Samuel Contreras, with his proud dad, Justin Fortune. Your hand raised, young man. Well done. 4-0 and on to the next one. And there's some action for you. Each round was more of the same. Contreras pushing him back to the ropes, into the corner. Left hook, right hand, left hooks to the body. Sam Contreras did a great job of maintaining his range. He tied himself up very little, was defensively responsible, and that's what you want to see in a young fighter. The action continues. It's been a great night of fights here in Long Beach. I don't think we've had one fight that wasn't exciting. A lot of drama tonight. A lot of drama. We saw the undefeated record of Steven Navarro by way of a technical decision.